Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to do a Rabbi Van and say, I can't hear you. Let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom. Now you sound like the crowd you are. That's wonderful. So I'm so glad to see all of you here today. Rabbi would love to be here. She had a close contact with somebody with COVID, so she's staying away out of an abundance of caution. She will be back. But tonight, enjoy Shabbat together. So let's start the way we have grown fond beginning with some breathing. I really need it. I was kind of rushing around right before this, and I don't know about you, but I could use a couple. At first, nice deep breath. This beautiful air around us. What an evening we have. Oh, that's so nice. And when you breathe out, try to breathe out some of that stress and that old carbon dioxide that's been sitting at the bottom of your lungs there. You don't need that anymore. Now on your second breath in, let's breathe in the community and the love around us. And hold on to that. And exhale the yuckiness of the week, whatever that was. Breath. We're going to breathe in the and hold on to that. And have a nice gentle exhale. And now we're ready. Our opening song is going to be Ki Eshmara Shabbat. And in true Deb fashion, I don't have the page number. I have a feeling it's somewhere around page 10. Page 11. Yeshmara Shabbat El Yishmareini Ki Yeshmara Shabbat El Yishmareini Oti Leomeyad Beino Uveini Oti Leomeyad Beino Uveini Ki Yeshmara Shabbat El Yishmareini Ki Yeshmara Shabbat El Yishmareini. I would like to invite Joanne and Len Podis up to do our readings for tonight and also lead the lighting of. We have our candles set up in the back of our sanctuary. Us to head to the back there. There are 6 sets of candles, and I'm sure people will share if it looks like we're going to run out.
Page 3, second paragraph. Page 3, second paragraph. Thank you. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Hold back. There you go. Takes a degree. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivah Shabbat.
On the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation God had done.
Eloheinu melech haolam, barech ata v'ota uvratzon hinchaltanu. Sip l'chaim. Did they sip it? I didn't see. Okay. Weekly Torah talk out. And you don't have to raise your hands. It's okay. I'm not going to make you answer that. In the past 2 weeks of Torah talks, Shoftim and Ki Tetzei. She got me thinking about, because I actually do mostly read them. She got me thinking about our roles as Jews in stewardship of the earth. So instead of a sermon tonight, my plan is to share some thoughts and insights and readings based on those themes and explore those themes of what does it mean to be stewards of the earth and what our abilities are. Reading seek things and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery. Nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Please rise in body or in and join me on page 28 for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamivorach Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam. We read together on page 31. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'aviv Aravim. Page 34, we join together in the Adonai. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto. We continue with Et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha. Hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibata bam beshivtecha bevetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha Vehayu letotafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lihiot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Page 9. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Mocha ba'eli madon, Mika mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Mika mocha ba'eli madonai, Mika mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot, Osefet, Osefele Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. Chutecha Ra'uvanecha Bokei Yam L'nei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze Elianu ve'amru, Ze Elianu ve'ameru Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. Lai 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 lai. Ya lai 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 lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. On page 43, it says, soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are Adonai, Hapore Sukat Shalom, Aleinu ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Ve'ha'idenu, shomreinu lechayim, lechayim. Ufros alenu, Sukat shlomecha, ufros alenu, Sukat shlomecha. Sukat shalom, Sukat shalom. Aleinu, Aleinu. As I lay me down, may I feel peace all around, sheltered beneath your wings. May I feel safe and protected until a new day begins. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu shalom, leshalom. Ve'hamidenu, omreinu lechayim, lechayim. Sukat shalom, Sukat shalom, Sukat shalom, Sukat shalom. Aleinu, 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 Aleinu. Oh, that's tonight. That is by Michelle Citron. We haven't done it much, but I hope you enjoyed it. We now turn to page 44, where we sing about Shabbat and we talk about the rest that we hope we will get, refreshment that Shabbat will bring. Shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Losing my papers here. So, as I mentioned, I was inspired by Rabbi Van's Torah talks. She reminded us last week in Shoftim of the guiding principle of Bal Tashchit. Just a show of hands, how many of you know what Bal Tashchit is? If you were in my class about artfully tikkun olam, you might know what that is. Ah, thank you, I've got one. What is it, Susan? Do you remember what it is? Don't destroy, that's right. So it demands that we refrain from engaging in destructive or wasteful actions. This is a guiding principle in the Jewish efforts in our work for environmental justice. So there is a classic midrash from Ecclesiastes that describes the time when God created Adam. God led him around the garden. They are. Everything I created for you. But he didn't stop there, right? God kept going. Take care not to damage and destroy my world, for if you destroy it, there is no one to repair it after you. As we talks about our ancestors, our fathers and our mothers who brought us where we are, and I think we're all pretty grateful that our ancestors took care of the world to get us where we are today. So please. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, אומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה, רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר לישני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומטמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You may be seated. We're going to turn now to page 55. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction. Wake up, half forgotten. And the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and us. Let Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha. Then the Torah reminds us that we are of the same stuff as the ass and the mule, the cabbage and the pomegranate, and even the lifeless stone. Our traditions all speak to us about the unity of life and how all forms of life are related and dependent on each other. This is a poem by Kelly Roper that's not in your book. It's called Thankful. This is the time in our service when we remember to give thanks. These are the things I'm thankful for. The sweet smell of flowers in springtime, beautiful clear skies above me, the feeling of the damp grass beneath my feet, my bare feet, the sound of a free running stream, the warmth of the sun on my cheeks, the sight of a field filled with corn, the sound of birds or crickets singing in the trees, the taste of fresh picked raspberries, crisp, clear autumn mornings, and the sound of leaves crunching beneath my feet, the sight of pumpkins growing in a field, the first chill of winter in the air, the sight of snowflakes frolicking on the breeze, watching children skate on a frozen pond, and seeing the first robins of spring. I hope that future generations will still have these things to be thankful for. We're going to sing Eli, Eli, which can be found in your book on page 349 if you would like to sing along. And I want you to hear the sounds of nature. And so we're going to do this a cappella. We're going to listen to each other and to the sounds as we sing this song about nature. Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam, hachol vehayam, rishru shel hamayim, merak hashamayim, Tfilat Adam, Hachol Vehayam, Rishru Shel Hamayim, Berak Hashamayim, Tfilat Adam. O God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day, and may all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. I have another reading for you that's not in your book. It precedes Shalom Rav, which is our prayer for peace. So I found this one. It's written by Wendell Berry. It's called The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who don't tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free. page 60. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Hatahu Melech Hadad Lechol HaShalom. Ki Hatahu Melech Hadad Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. A healing earth. As we come to our time for healing, again, this reading is not in your book. Come lay upon dawn's cool grass as the day is newly forming. Open your soul and breathe in the moist elixir of morning. Bask in the circle of light that rejuvenates and warms after the rains of sorrow and pain have gone with passing storms. And as this golden hour survives life's ebbs and flows, let your heart unfold like the many-petaled rose. And I hope that tonight, if you or others that you know are in need of healing tonight, that you share their name, with permission, of course, as my hand passes over the congregation. Those of you who are online, I encourage you to share names in the chat so we can lift them up with our prayer for healing. Michael, Jane, and Fred. Our prayer for healing can be found on page 253. with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We pause now for a moment of silent prayer and reflection. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. We continue now with the Aleinu, which can be found on pages 283 to 286. Please rise in body or in spirit. Let's read together. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. Va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. You may be seated. We turn now to our time of remembering. I cannot remember what page this reading is on. Let's see. It is before page 294, because that's when the Mourner's Kaddish is. Tell me again. 286, I heard. Life after death. These things I know, how the living go on living, and how the dead go on living with them. So that in a forest, even a dead tree casts a shadow, and the leaves fall one by one, and the branches break in the wind, and the bark peels off slowly, and the trunk cracks, and the rain seeps in through the cracks, and the trunk falls to the ground, and the moss covers it. And in the spring, the rabbits find it and build their nest inside the dead tree, so that nothing is wasted in nature or in love. 294. Okay. On this Shabbat, we remember those who have been taken most recently from our temple family. In Shloshim, we remember Renata Miller, Eugenia Bainberg. And we mark the anniversaries of death that fall on this Shabbat, the yard sites. Jack M. Aarons, Harry W. Buxbaum, Esther A. Dworkin, Gittel Eisenberg, Pauline Garelick, Leonard Glick, Ann Godin, Samuel Catcher, Sonder Joseph Kaufman, Dorothy Malamed, Florence Cohen Meyer, Alex Miller, Dorothy Ozer Mode, Michael Oppenheimer, Marion Ratnoff, Rudolph S. Reich, Florence Hersheimer Rosenwasser, Minnie Rubenstein, Ruth Stepaker, Florence Fechheimer Wolfstein. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as together we turn to the mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Please rise in body or in spirit. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ulalmei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha brechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You can be seated. I would like to invite forward Marjorie Mazo, who is going to do our board announcements tonight.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Wow, that was great. Thank you. I know. Wow. So first, thank you, Deb, for giving us such a lovely and meaningful service tonight. It's really lovely to be here with all of you and outside in this beautiful evening. So thank you. And as always, we have gratitude for our staff, our volunteers and leadership, as well as our members and friends. So quick announcements. The High Holy Days are upon us, coming soon. So we have mailed all of the information and tickets yesterday. So you should be finding things in your mailbox very soon that has all the important information that you need to join us. Certainly there's also been information in email, but keep checking and you should have it in your mail soon. Please also consider joining us for Selichot on September 17th. The theme is Eat, Pray, Learn at Rabbi Shana Nayer's home. If you're interested, please RSVP to Charlotte in the office by September 15th. And then we are glad to see everyone attending in person tonight. Thank you for joining. We continue to comply with CDC guidelines for our masking requirements, as is indicated by the sign on our front door. Please check our website or Temple Times for current COVID policies. And finally, just a reminder that our tent starts the new trimester on Sunday. Charlotte sent out lots of emails today with information and instructions, so check your email again, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom again.
I'm going to add one more plug to that. If you know, I don't see any here, but if you know any members who are in 4th to 12th grades, we do have a shofar choir this year. And we are going to be, so you just come to our tent on Sunday as usual, eat your bagels early, and at 9:10 shofar choir starts. You don't have to sign up in advance, and you do not have to have your own shofar. Bring your own if you have one, but we do have loaners. So please, 4th to 12th graders, I see all of you out there. Our closing song today is going to be Adon Olam, which can, again, I do not have a page number on this. My goodness. Preparation. 321. I knew that. No, I didn't. Thank you, Karen. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Bechepto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Ve'acharei Kitlot Hakol, Levado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam, Behu Haya, Behu Betifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Bechepto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Behu Echad, Ve'ein Sheni, Lahamshilo Lahachbira Adon Olam, Beli Reshit, Beli Tachlit, Belo Haos V'Hamisra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Bechepto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Behu Eli, Bechai Goali, Betzur Chavli Be'et Sarah Adon Olam, Behu Nisi, Umanosli, Menat Kosi Be'yom Mekra Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Bechepto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Beyado Afkid Ruchi, Be'et Dishan Be'a'ira Adon Olam, Ve'im Ruchi Geviyati, Adonai li velo ira Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Bechepto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam. Please rise in body or in spirit for our final benediction, which will be followed immediately by the Motzi. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom ve'yasem Yasem lecha shalom. May God lift God's countenance to you and grant you the gift of shalom, peace. Shabbat shalom. Before we head into the lobby, let's do a quick motzi so our friends on Zoom can say it with us. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon. And Shabbat Shalom.